Welcome back to our Sunday prep day. If you're new here, every Sunday I prep for the week. So that means cutting all my vegetables and sometimes also making things like soups, stews, stocks, sauces, that kind of stuff. But today I'm just going to do some chopping. So I'm going to start by cutting up some onions. And I'll just go over the menu. So it's nice to be cooking again. I was on vacation the past couple of days, so I feel like I'm catching up with all the vegetables. I did try to eat as healthy as possible, as you might have seen in my what eat in a day video, but you never eat as healthy on vacation as you do at home. So, but yeah, let's do another onion. I'll do a red one too, and go over the menu. So today is Sunday. For lunch, I'm gonna have some sandwiches. I have some bagels, and I have some chicken breast. So, and I'll do some cucumber as well. And then for dinner tonight, I'm gonna do some sauerkraut with some bacon lardons, some peppers, chilies, onion, garlic. I'm just gonna saute all of that. Then for Monday, Meatless Monday, for lunch, I'm gonna do a salad. So that's some spring mix, some peppers, cucumbers, etc. And then for dinner, I'm gonna do some vegan lentil tacos. So that's obviously lentils. I'm gonna do some onions in that, some garlic, lots of carrot, like shredded carrot. That's gonna be like the base of it. And I'll do some tomatoes, chilies. I'm just gonna slice up this spring onion. Then for Tuesday, for lunch, I'm gonna do some chicken with some green beans. And then for dinner, I'm gonna do some quesadillas with some chicken. So either quesadillas or tacos. I haven't fully decided yet. The only difference being the cheese that I may or may not add to make it a quesadilla. And let's chop up some garlic. Then for Wednesday, for lunch, I have a bunch of broccoli stems left over. So I'll do some broccoli rice, stir fry with chicken, and plenty of veggies. And then for dinner on Wednesday, I'm going to do a noodle bowl with some chicken and some... I was going to do snow peas, that's what I have on my menu. But yesterday at the store, they didn't have snow peas, they had sugar snaps. So I'm going to do sugar snaps instead. And then for Thursday, for lunch, I'm going to do a pork chop with some sugar snaps. And then for dinner, I'm going to do some broccoli with some little baby potatoes and some sausage. And then for Friday, Fish Friday, for lunch, I'm going to do some salmon with some green beans. And then for dinner, I'm going to do a rice bowl with some salmon and some broccoli, probably. Though the broccoli, the green beans, the sugar snaps, I can change that around. So it will depend on what I feel like at the moment. I'm going to use 2 portions of each this week, but exactly what meal I'm going to use it in might vary. And that's one of the things why I like prepping all the ingredients instead of the whole meal. Because first of all, it's fresh, it's not reheated, and second, I can still change my mind, I'm still flexible. If, for example, I decide that I don't really feel like noodles for my noodle bowl, but for rice instead, I could just do that. I still have that flexibility. So that is garlic done. So I'll just put that in the same container as the spring onions. So the onions are for my sauerkraut, for my quesadillas, for my lentil tacos, etc. The spring onions are mostly for garnish, and the garlic is also for the sauerkraut, for the lentil tacos, for the quesadillas, for the stir fry, etc. So next up, let's do some chilies. I have a bunch of these jalapenos. They're quite small, so I'm doing quite a lot of them. And all I'm going to do is cut the top off, cut them in half, and take the seeds out. With cayenne, I don't bother, but with jalapeno, there's a lot more seed, or especially that white stuff, the pith. So I always get rid of that, and I'll just do that for the whole bunch. And I'll just give these a quick slice. And the reason I have red and green is just for variety in color, no other reason. And then next up, I have some peppers. Oh, by the way, the chilies are going to go in my quesadillas, in my sauerkraut, etc. Stir fry. Then I have these peppers. These are sweet and not hot, but they are pointy. I think they're called Anaheim. I prefer using these because they're small. And I can use different colors. So I need these for a few different things, but first I'm going to just take the seeds out. First, for my salad, I want some strips. I'm going to cut across. So I'll do 1/2 of each color. Again, just to have different colors on top of my salad. And then the other halves I'll dice up for my stir fry, for my sauerkraut, quesadillas, etc. And I'll do that for all the colors. Then next up, I have a whole bunch of these cherry tomatoes, different colors. I'm going to use these in my lentil tacos. I was going to use some tomato puree or something like that, but I saw these at the market on sale, all these different colors, so I thought I'd do that instead. And I'm just going to cut all of these in half so they cook down quicker. And then next up, I have some of these little small potatoes that I'm just going to cut in half, and that's to go with my sauerkraut tonight. And I'll just roast these in my Ninja Foodi on the air fryer mode. Then next up, I have some cucumbers. They're going to go in my salad, on my sandwiches. And I'm just going to cut those in slices. And then some carrots. Like I said, my vegan tacos that will have lentils and carrots as their base. So I'm just going to take these. They're still small, but the bigger of the bunch. I'll take these, and I'll just use my julienne slicer to slice these nice and fine. You can use a coarse grater as well, or you can cut it, but this is just the quickest way. And then these other 2 carrots, I'll just slice into little medallions, and those will go in my stir fry. Then next up, some broccoli for 2 meals. I'm just going to cut the florets off and cut them into bite-sized pieces. And that's about 2 portions, 2 big portions, but I really like broccoli. So, and then don't waste the stems. Just take these little remnants of the leaves and little stalks off and cut that in half. Then cut it lengthwise. You can use a ricer or a grater or something too, but that's too much effort for me. I don't want to mind a little bit more chunky because it saves a lot of time. So just get it nice and fine as you want it. And I'm going to do this whole stem, and I have another stem left over from last time. So I'm just going to cut up both, and that's going to be the bulk for my stir fry instead of things like rice or noodles. And the only thing I'm not going to use is the very end because that's dry. And then last but not least, I have a whole bunch of green beans, enough for 2 portions. Again, generous portions because I like veg. And I'm just going to top and tail a whole bunch of them. And that's the last of the green beans. We're at 26 minutes. And I have everything ready to go for the week so I can have lunch or dinner on the table in minutes. So, yeah, that was it. If you like this kind of content, I do this every single Sunday. And if you'd like to see what I do with all of this, you can check out my Instagram where I post every single meal. Or you can check out the video that I post about once a month on here where I show you a whole week of everything I eat in a day. And I just posted one Friday, though that was a vacation edition. So I didn't actually cook for that one, but yeah. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Until next time, bye for now.